Welcome to the Image Profile Report. I'm your host, Herb Glenn. In our field of developing methods of bringing information to the community, it's always important that we find the professionals that offer those kinds of expertise that's necessary for us to be able to navigate through the pitfalls to find success. Today we're here talking to Dr. Tendai Ndoro, who is a Ph.D. and the regional director of the America's SBDC, which is at Rutgers-Newark. Thank you very much, Dr. Ndoro.
It is my pleasure to be here.
I'm really impressed with your background and the methods in which you have been able to achieve strategies that will be helpful to small businesses and to individuals who are really struggling and trying to get what they need to find success. How did you really begin to start this endeavor?
Well, I have been in the small business development industry, as I call it, since 1995. And I've done it internationally, working with donor communities, and I've also done it for Rutgers Business School, where the center is located. And a little bit about this center is we are the Small Business Development Center, the largest technical assistant program in the United States, funded under the SBA. And I always say that we provide two services, training and technical assistance for small businesses. So anyone who wants to start a business, to somebody who's making about $35 million, can use the services of the center to start, manage, and grow their businesses.
Well, when you talk about use the services, I'm not clear as to what you offer. Mm-hmm. The type of services that I would need, I'm at awe to try to figure out what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. How do you start off with an entrepreneur who really wants to try to be successful?
Okay, when somebody wants to come into our center looking for services, if they are a startup is anyone who is thinking of starting a business or who's been in business less than 3 years and probably generating $20,000, $50,000 in revenue, but they might not even be registered with the state of New Jersey. We want to make sure that people who are in the informal sector become formalized. So we have a workshop called Intro to Entrepreneurship, Q&A. Okay. So these are roundtable sessions where somebody will come in for a group meeting at the roundtable and just ask, how do I start a business in New Jersey? What legal structure should my business be? Do you want to be an LLC? Do you want to be a corporation? Do you want to be a partnership or a sole proprietor? Where do I even get registered? What taxes, if and when I register, do I need? Do I need licenses? Do I need permits? So we address all those issues from day one when a client walks into the Center for Services. Then we move on to the next level, which is the business plan. Now, the business plan is an interesting part of starting a business as well as growing your business, because at any point of your business growth, you have to make sure your business is like your operational plan. So for startups, we ask them to come to a class for 4 weeks, 20 hours. And the main question is, what are you selling? Because by asking you what you're selling, we want you to find out and help you understand what's your business model.
How many workshops exist?
We have a lot.
Really?
Some of them are in-house. Some of them we do in partnership with other experts. Okay. Like we have our after-lunch webinars. These are a series of webinars from procurement.
So I don't have to physically be there in order to participate?
No. You can do webinars, marketing, sales, how to do business internationally.
Really?
Private label, if you want to get to that direction,
okay,
etc. Then we have the classroom ones, which we call our nuts and bolts. That's the Q&A. How do I do business in New Jersey? The business plan, what am I selling? And how is my revenue model? How do I get paid if I have that business model in there? What is, how to use QuickBooks? Mm-hmm. How to automate? What are the apps that are out there? Solutions for your business. And then marketing and sales. and marketing research, which is a great important part of the business. Beyond that, when we work with established businesses, we are really focusing on very specific, customized problems that they have. It could be to do with inventory management. It could be to do with actually implementing QuickBooks in their company, or even helping them reorganize their QuickBooks if they implemented it and they were not using it the way they're supposed to. That helps inform decisions in their businesses.
Is there a fee?
For the training, we have a nominal administrative fee because we are a public-private partnership. So it's your tax dollars. When we say we are funded by the federal government, it's your tax dollars at work. But for the technical assistance, which is the consulting and the counseling and the coaching and the mentoring, no cost.
No cost at all. Is it difficult to get people to participate?
Sometimes it is. And sometimes we are surprised how many people don't know about the Small Business Development Center program. It's a national program. Every state has it. Here in New Jersey, we've got 12 centers. So we try to do marketing and outreach. We partner with other organizations that have got tentacles and outreach in certain communities to get them to know about us. We've got a website that's on the Rutgers Business School. And we try and make sure that clients hear about us and use our services. If we don't do that service, like site location, we know who does, and we'll refer you.
When it comes to approaching a method of attracting people to get involved, what are the target areas that you think are the most needed?
Well, we find that LMI areas, because of access to technology, access to the internet. If somebody does not have a computer, because we know that internet access is expensive, we do welcome them to come and use our library because we are a public university, and take advantage so that they can research information. It's so easy these days to use a business, to start a business, because you can get online. The other challenge is, people are just scared of starting a business. But I always say that business is a contact sport. It's one thing somebody teaching you about it, but there is no greater teacher than actually doing it. And just jump in cautiously, get your information, start doing it little by little, small, and before you know it, you become a seasoned business person. So I find that in terms of constituencies, a lot of times we think, I need a lot of money to start a business. We have had companies that have started businesses with $11,000 and they've grown to $5 million.
Really?
We've got businesses that have started in their kitchen table and they're now a big wholesaler. We've got a business that started doing it because she was looking for a medicinal ointment for her daughter's ailment.
Oh,
and now she started a business out of it, and she's in Walmart, and she's started. She's in Pathmark.
So let me ask you this question, and because I hear it in your tone of your voice, the demographics. What do you find the most interested group of people, whether they're from a different culture or whether they're male or female, or who really takes advantage of this kind of a program?
Well, we have a lot of minorities taking advantage, and
are they from the local area?
From the local area, but when you look at the census data, while they start businesses in greater numbers, you find that their revenue are lower than other minorities that start businesses.
Who is this?
I can say African Americans start a lot of businesses,
right?
But they have a disadvantage of commanding a higher purchasing power. I don't know what the factors that causes that are, but when you look at census data, Hispanic businesses also start a comparable number of businesses, not as much as African Americans, but you find that Hispanics patronize each other and they get higher purchasing power. And then you find that, Caucasian Americans also start businesses, but they don't start as many businesses as Hispanics and Asians and African Americans, but they are commanding greater revenues than the counterparts. So you have to look at what are some of the factors. I'm not sure what all the factors are, but I can definitely say people are starting business, but we need to encourage people to price well, to learn about pricing, to broadcast their customer base so that they can be sure to get more clients, not just in their local vicinity, but they are looking above and beyond where their local business is located. Part of it could be marketing, part of it could also having a limited network, and part of it is just choice. Because I always say there are three types of people. Some start a business for self-employment.
Right.
And they really are not looking to grow it beyond their local geographical area.
That's amazing. That's some very interesting information.
Yes.
Because it does seem that there's a lot of criteria that create the barriers. I mean, we are always emphasized, go buy black, but then if the individual who is of that particular culture is not really practicing business effectively, then we're defeating ourselves.
Well, you have to first reinvest in your business.
Right.
And cash businesses are the most difficult for people to reinvest in, because you get the money and then you've got a family issue, you go and you spend it. And what you haven't done is put proper systems in place to pay yourself so that you can use your salary to use for your whatever personal issues you have. But make sure that any money that you get out of the business touches the business.
Now, so when the person comes in, you obviously sit down for a counseling evaluation to help them understand, because since you have so many other resources to offer to them, that they would know how to really challenge that energy.
Yes, we start first and foremost with a needs assessment. A person will complete what we call a request for counseling. And through the request for counseling, they automatically come into our database. That's online, so you don't have to be in our office to complete that. You just go online on our website and you fill it out. Then we assign you to a consultant. The consultant will give you a needs assessment. What exactly do you need? Evaluate where you are in your business, and then direct you to the right resource services. Do you want to go to Q&A? Maybe you're already registered, you're past the Q&A phase. You need a business plan. We direct you there. Maybe you need QuickBooks. Maybe you need marketing and sales. Maybe you need something else that we can refer you to an outside source. Like if you need finance, we have relationship with conventional SBA preferred lenders. We have relationship with alternative lenders, some organizations that do microloans, that do, that are also legitimate lenders. So we can direct you to all the different resources. We do everything other than actually lend you the money, because we are not a lending organization.
Right.
We are a technical assistance provider.
Which is so important and such a phenomenal resource that we have in our community. When you deal with it from the basis of identifying the economic development and the way in which you're able to deliver what a person really wants, you can really find a strong relationship in this program, as it has been recognized in a number of different periodicals. As I see here, there have been a number of different marketing and business magazines, and the ways in which you have been able to at least establish an opportunity to do outreach has been very vast. Now, how long have you been with this program here
I have
at Rutgers?
Been with the small business development actually 12 years yesterday.
Oh, congratulations.
I first started December 12th, 2002. And before then, I had my own consulting company, which I did, again, small, what we call SMEs in development language, small and medium-sized businesses overseas in Africa mostly, and worked with microfinance organizations. And I've been a banker in my other life, so it's a passion for me.
It's a wealth of knowledge too,
and I love it.
Yeah.
I find that the reward in seeing somebody walking through your door and they're thinking they want to start a business to looking up 5-10 years later and they're running a multi-million-dollar company, it happens. And we have had some of those businesses come through us and benefited from our services in the center. And a lot of times people believe we only work with startups. Actually, we work with established businesses as well.
Well, the credibility certainly is there, and if anyone is seeking an opportunity to be able to get that kind of exposure and experience, it certainly is still available at Rutgers-Newark. And we certainly encourage everyone who is interested in creating a business or who has an established business to seek the kind of opportunities that are available at Rutgers-Newark. Dr. Tendai Ndoro is someone who you can be able to accomplish a lot of what it is that you're looking for in becoming successful in your business. Very happy that you were able to come and spend some time with us and share with us about this valuable information. One of the things that I also was interested in trying to understand is that what we want to try to do is create a method of how we can develop community economics. In developing community economics, what would be your first recommendation?
I think awareness is very important, and then acting on that, on information. We are so blessed to be in a first world where we've got an abundance of resources to start successful small businesses, where we've got experts that can help you start your own business. And a lot of times it's up to the person who is interested in starting a business to meet those resources halfway, because it's doable, you need to act on it, and time is of essence. You can sit and dream about your business, but unless you get up and act on it and make a decision and make a commitment to do it, it's not just about money. Money is a third factor to everything else. It takes action and it takes information.
Well, let me ask you, you can see we have a lot of problems, especially in certain clusters of the urban communities, and it's not just something that is happening in Newark or Patterson or New Jersey, for instance. The thing that I'm trying to see if I can get from you is what could be relevant in terms of the need in the community that an economic base can be the potential to change the dynamics of those pitfalls.
Programs like yours, to start with, this is a great point. Program like ours, supporting each other, because a lot of times we go elsewhere to give money to other communities. We need to make sure that we're buying local, we're buying small, and we need to make sure that you introduce a business to other people. Referrals is a great way to support businesses. And we need to be able to reinvest back in our local communities. Because if we are not reinvesting in the local communities, how are we going to be able to have those communities thrive? And last but not least, and this is something that I've preached for years, we need to look globally. The U.S. Department of Commerce says the United States is only 5% of the global market. Why aren't we tapping into the other 95%? Some people, some businesses I've worked with have discovered the secret of the 95%. Any business with technology, with curiosity, with information, with universities, public universities that you can access their reference libraries, you can do business globally as well.
There's a law or there's something with people who come from other countries. If they come with $500,000, they can, it's a visa or somewhat, whether they start a business and they can be able to bring their families. Are you familiar with?
I've heard of it. I'm not sure about the immigration implications of that, but I know it's not just the United States, different countries, if you bring in some level of economic investment, you can get a visa, or you can get a work permit or something like that, which is it's a development model to help the economy grow and to make sure that you find that a lot of other communities, like the Asian communities, they want to buy existing businesses for advantages that they've got a track record, they've got a performance record, they've got financials that they can review, and they're established in the local market. So they bring in that investment and buy a business already. With some cultures, they don't want to buy a business, they want to start afresh. But it's a model that we should look at and say, if I don't want to start my own business, maybe I should buy an existing business. There's also franchising. A lot of the franchising are selling to immigrant communities. So that's something that you can look into in terms of growing your business. But the fact that I'm not an immigration officer, I can't really say but that's something you can look on.
It seems in many aspects, and when we talk about it, like we talked about a few things, the interpersonal skills of an individual, what attracts them, what their marketing potential is, and what they're actually marketing. The thing that I guess what I'm kind of looking for is the potentiality, because we do find a lot of the immigrant population is consuming the urban communities, and then a lot of times that is one of those disparities that occur. And the question is, well, what is available for the inner community person to be able to find themselves competing against these other opportunities that exist for individuals who come from other countries and who have an exorbitant amount of money to be able to conditionally take over our neighborhoods. And where those limitations are, yes, it's great to know that there is an opportunity that we can be able to benefit from, but we also know that there is a resource that we can take advantage of. And we must continue to look for those types of resources in relationship to what's important for our communities to thrive. We really appreciate you being here, and I want to continue to build a relationship with you because there are some standards that are necessary with your expertise that we can be able to develop that will provide what we're looking for in changing the paradigm of failure in our community. I want to thank you so much for being here with us.
It's been my real pleasure.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. We would like to thank everyone for tuning in. We hope that you will be able to find an opportunity to take advantage of the Small Business Development Center here at Rutgers-Newark. Rutgers-Newark is located
at 25 James Street in Newark, New Jersey. That's part of Rutgers University, Newark.
And for those who want to know, that Rutgers has expanded and it's taking over a lot of what UMDNJ used to be.
We are actually consolidated, I think, into one university and the university hospital. And I just want to say our phone number is 973-353-5950.
Okay.
And you can also email us at rnsbdc@business.rutgers.edu.
That's beautiful. Our educational community here in Newark, New Jersey is expanding and is becoming more effective and more efficient and want to do outreach to the inner city community. Please take advantage of this opportunity. Contact Mrs. Ndoro and get your business in line with being a success for our community. Thank you so much again.
And we are business.
We're a business. Yes, we are. Thank you so much. All right. And thank you for tuning in.